Guys, I'm going to tell you about the books that I've read this week. The first one is Queen of the Air, which is a true story of love and tragedy at the circus by Dean Jensen. It's a hardcover, and it's got the deckled edges, and now I cannot remember what I gave this. I thought I was going to enjoy this a lot more than what I did. It is honestly a true story based on the girl who was called Queen of the Air. I don't know if you say her name Lietzel, if that's how you say it or not. I don't know that for sure. But she was considered Queen of the Air because of the things that she could do on like a trapeze and ropes and all of that. I don't really know for sure. I think it was just like one long rope, and she had like a cuff that would go around her arm, and she was able to turn herself like a clock hand on that, and she would do that over and over and over again. I think she surpassed 100 turns even. I guess 100 was like maybe common number, but she was able to do it even more than 100, which is crazy amazing because I cannot imagine. She was a little tiny petite thing. Some of the pictures in here would show you how little she really was. She was just the cutest little thing. In fact, this picture right here of all these girls, or right here, that's actually her and all of her family except for that girl right there. She was not part of the family, but she was part of the act. So, like, her whole family was part of it. Her mom was well known. Her aunts helped in the show, and then she did too. So what this is it's kind of a history of circus starting in the late 1800s into the early 1900s. But then it eventually, it's, kind of following the life of her mom and then eventually Lietzel. And then it also kind of branches off to the man that Lietzel eventually marries. It is definitely a love story. You finally get that. It's kind of weird because at first you're like, this really kind of isn't a love story, but eventually it does get to that. It's a crazy love story though. It's like wild, crazy kind of love. That kind of almost obsessive love. It's kind of like that. It's kind of weird and twisted. I really enjoyed it, but yet I thought I was going to enjoy it more. So I can't remember if I gave it a 3 or a 4 star out of 5. I cannot remember for sure. Oh, that right there will show you what she used to do. You can see she has an arm cuff on, and she would turn herself, and she would just continue to turn herself up. That's got to take a lot of strength for her to do it 100 times or more. But I know a lot of people, I saw some of the reviews, they weren't very happy with the way the guy did it. They didn't think he was accurate or something. I don't remember. To me, I just kind of took it all in stride. I don't know if you guys can see that picture or not. That's her standing on a car. She's little, tiny. She's so pretty. She's just the cutest little thing ever. But I think she became royalty. It was like you get to see the inside of what a circus is like. She at one time was making $1,200 a week. Yeah, $1,200 a week. Like, that is a lot of money. I don't know what circus people make nowadays, but she was considered royalty of the circus. And so this is kind of like an inside view of that. Like, how it was as a hierarchy, that there was royalty, and then there was people who were down on the bottom. And it's just, I don't know, you just get to see all of the behind-the-scenes type thing, as well as the crazy love story. So it was a really interesting book. If history fascinates you, or if you're curious about the circus, I would totally recommend this, but I would not go into this thinking that it's going to be an absolutely wonderful story. I don't want to say it's a bad story by any means, it's just I thought I was going to enjoy it more, but I would definitely recommend it. The next thing is Mercury by Hope Larson. It is a graphic novel. I do not know. I really enjoyed the art. I enjoyed the story and how it was building up. I got to the end and had no idea what the book was about. I was like, okay, I don't understand this at all. Like, what just happened? I was really disappointed. Because I like, really enjoyed it, like, all the way through. And I thought, oh, you know, this is probably going to be a very interesting story. Because it's kind of like, it takes you through some of the past and the present. And it kind of interweaves these stories together of the past and the present. But you get to the very end, and for me, I don't know. If somebody has read this and they understand it, let me know what it means, because I totally did not get it whenever I got to the end of the story. I have no idea what this book was about by the end. I was so confused. I just have no idea. So I think I actually did give this a 3 out of 5 stars because I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the storyline. I enjoyed the art. It was just the ending. I didn't get it. It was like the ending, I don't know. So I don't know whether I should recommend this or not, because I don't want you to be as confused as I was. It's just, it's so good. The art is so good. The story is really good, but the ending just, I just don't know what happened. I really don't. And then I read A Tale Dark and Grim by Adam Gidwitz, and this is, I think this is supposed to be a middle grade book. I think. I would not let my child read this. Maybe by the time that they got into high school, I would let them read this, but if my child was in elementary, middle school, I don't know, maybe it's just because, I don't know, I guess I just view things differently, but this, to me, was disturbing in some spots. Pretty much you're following Hansel and Gretel through all sorts of different other fairy tales, and this is like the Grimm's brother version. It's not like the light, pretty princesses and all of that. It's not like that at all. This is like the scary, gory, bloody fairy tales, and I thought they were very disturbing. Some of them were very, very disturbing, and like I said, I would not want my child to read them. I thought it was very weird. I think it's written well. I thought it was very interesting because you hear the author's voice at some spots, and then you hear, like, the fairy tale itself. So he kind of interjects here and there with information, or he'll say, you know, make sure there's no small children in the room right now, make sure that they're in bed, or, you know, that type of thing. So I thought that was really kind of interesting, but I think I did give this a 3 out of 5 stars because it's interesting, but it's, I don't know, it's just, to me, it was just really weird. I do understand that the Grimm brothers' fairy tales are dark. Totally get that, but I just don't think this should have been like a child's book. I just don't think it should have been. But I do have the second book, and I'm going to try to read it and see what it's like sometime. But yeah, I finished up Peach Girls Volume 3. I gave this a 4 out of 5 star. I like the series. I do think it's kind of strange in places where with the violence and stuff, but I think I don't know. This one's kind of interesting because of what happens. It makes me wonder how there are more books in the series after this, but there are, so I've already started reading Volume 4, but I'm curious to see what happens in the story. So, it's a pretty good series, though. And then I read the Death by Bikini series by Linda Gerber, and this has 3 books in it. Death by Bikini, Death by Latte, and Death by Denim. And they are all about the same girl, Afra. I don't know if that's how you say her name or not. She kind of gets twisted into some craziness. Some criminals and, like, sleeper cells and the CIA and all of that. I give this a 5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was crazy good. I really wish there would have been more stories or more books than just 3 of them. I just thought it was so good. There's so much action. I mean, so much action. It is like an action book. Well, 3 books. I mean, literally, every book, it kind of builds on the next, or, like, it builds on the last book, so until you get to the end of it. I really wish there would have been more, though. I just so enjoyed this. It was so good. If you enjoy action and mystery and, like, I don't know, just action in general, I think you're really going to enjoy this. The main character is a girl, a teenage girl, but it was awesome. It was so awesome. I just really enjoyed it. I thought it was going to be like a murder mystery type thing, but it actually like goes way beyond a murder mystery. So it, I guess, surpassed what I thought it was going to be. So it was absolutely amazing. I completely enjoyed it. I would like to read more by this author just to see if, like, all of her other writing is this good. So I really, really recommend this if you enjoy action and mystery. So, and then right now I'm reading Camp Confidential, which is the complete first summer, which is books 1 through 4, by Melissa J. Morgan, which includes Natalie's Secret, Jenna's Dilemma, Grace's Twist, and Alex's Challenge. This is like little girls. It's like 11-year-old girls at camp. I just thought it was going to be like a cutesy little read, and it totally is. I already read the first book, and I'm on the second book in the series, and I wasn't bored at all. I just thought it was a cute little camp read. And I kind of just flew right through it. It's really easy to read through them. So I don't know whether after I get done with this, if I will read the next 3 books that I have. I have 5, 6, and 7, so I don't know if I'll do that or not. But I really enjoy it, and I can't wait to finish it. So that's all, and I'll see you guys.